While I subscribe to no religion, and make no secret of my secular views, I would never have framed my position as a provocation to those who do. A surprisingly hostile response came from a man of science, the president of the German Federal Chamber of Medical Doctors, who accused me of following the logic of the Nazis who differentiate between a life worth living and a life not worth living. A day later, an editorial entitled Unethical Offer appeared in the same paper that had published mine. The writer, Henning Ritter, argued with self-righteous conviction that in Germany the decision to end the lives of genetically damaged fetuses would never become a private matter. In fact, his grandstanding displayed a simple ignorance of the nation's law. In Germany today, it is solely the right of a pregnant woman upon receipt of medical advice to decide whether to carry her fetus to term. The more honorable critics were those who argued openly from personal beliefs, rather than exploiting the terrifying specter of the German past. The respected German president, Johannes Rau, countered my views with an assertion that value and sense are not solely based on knowledge. As a practicing Protestant, he finds truths in religious revelation, while I, a scientist, depend only on observation and experimentation. I therefore must evaluate actions on the basis of my moral intuition, and I see only needless harm in denying women access to prenatal diagnosis until, as some would have it, cures exist for the defects in question. In a less measured comment, the Protestant theologian Dietmar Meath called my essay The Ethics of Horror, taking issue with my assertion that greater knowledge will furnish humans better answers to ethical dilemmas. But the existence of a dilemma implies a choice to be made, and choice, to my mind, is better than no choice. A woman who learns that her fetus has Tay-Sachs now faces a dilemma about what to do. But at least she has a choice, where before she had none. Though I am sure that many German scientists agree with me, too many seem to be cowed by the political past and the religious present. Except for my long-time valued friend, Benno Müller-Hill, whose brave book on Nazi eugenics, Murderous Science, Tödliche Wissenschaft, still rankles the German academic establishment. No German scientist saw reason to rise to my defense. I do not dispute the right of individuals to look to religion for a private moral compass, but I do object to the assumption of too many religious people that atheists live in a moral vacuum. Those of us who feel no need for a moral code written down in an ancient tome have, in my opinion, recourse to an innate moral intuition long ago shaped by natural selection, promoting social cohesion in groups of our ancestors. The rift between tradition and secularism, first opened by the Enlightenment, has, in more or less its present form, dictated biology's place in society since the Victorian period. There are those who will continue to believe humans are creations of God, whose will we must serve, while others will continue to embrace the empirical evidence indicating that humans are the product of many millions of generations of evolutionary change. John Scopes, the Tennessee high school teacher famously convicted in 1925 of teaching evolution, continues to be symbolically retried in the 21st century. Religious fundamentalists, having their say in designing public school curricula, continue to demand that a religious story be taught as a serious alternative to Darwinism. With its direct contradiction of religious accounts of creation, evolution represents science's most direct incursion into the religious domain, and accordingly provokes the acute defensiveness that characterizes creationism. It could be that as genetic knowledge grows in centuries to come, with ever more individuals coming to understand themselves as products of random throws of the genetic dice, chance mixtures of their parents' genes, and a few equally accidental mutations. A new gnosis, in fact, much more ancient than today's religions, will come to be sanctified. Our DNA, the instruction book of human creation, may well come to rival religious scripture as the keeper of the truth. I may not be religious, but I still see much in Scripture that is profoundly true. In the first letter to the Corinthians, for example, Paul writes, "Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I have become sounding brass or a clanging cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith, so that I could remove mountains, but have not love, I am nothing." Paul has, in my judgment, proclaimed rightly the essence of our humanity. Love, that impulse which promotes our caring for one another, is what has permitted our survival and success on the planet. It is this impulse that I believe will safeguard our future as we venture into uncharted genetic territory. So fundamental is it to human nature that I am sure that the capacity to love is inscribed in our DNA. A secular Paul would say that love is the greatest gift of our genes to humanity. And if someday those particular genes, too, could be enhanced by our science to defeat petty hatreds and violence, in what sense would our humanity be diminished? In addition to laying out a misleadingly dismal version of our future within the film itself, the creators of Gattaca concocted a promotional tagline aimed at the deepest prejudices against genetic knowledge. There is no gene for the human spirit. It remains a dangerous blind spot in our society that so many wish this were so. If the truth revealed by DNA could be accepted without fear, we should not despair for those who follow us. This concludes the reading of DNA, The Secret of Life, by James D. Watson, with Andrew Barry. Copyright 2003 by DNA Show, LLC. This full-length reading was published by arrangement with Random House Audio Publishing Group, a division of Random House Incorporated, and was produced in 2003 by Books on Tape Incorporated, which holds the copyright thereto. This book was read by Dan Cashman. Books on Tape produces many new audio book titles each month. To find out more about them, call our customer service department at the number which appears on this package, or visit us at our website, www.booksontape.com.